So, Blue Reflection Second Light came out in 2021 and was a sequel to 2017's Blue Reflection. And how is it? Well, in a short answer, it's a good game. Probably one of the best games I've ever played. In a long answer, well, that's kind of what this review is. Now, Blue Reflection Second Light takes place some unknown time after the first one, and kind of revolves around the end of the world. That's pretty much the plot of this one. And, of course, we have a new main character. In the first Blue Reflection, you played as a girl named Hanako. This time you're playing as a girl named Ao. Ao finds herself in a mysterious oasis one day and has lost all her memories. Along with her are three other girls named Yuki, Rina, and Kokoro. Throughout the rest of the game, Ao and the others will of course come across various other girls, mainly Hanako, Yuzu, and Lime, who appear in the first one, Hiyori and Mio, and Uda, who appear in Blue Reflection Ray, and a girl named Kiara, Kiara and Shiho, who I don't really think that they appeared in any other forms of media for this. So pretty much the whole point of the game is just them trying to recover their lost memories and find out why they're in the oasis. Well, pretty much what we find out is that the world is ended, like it's gone. Something called Ash Syndrome basically began as ash started falling out of the sky, and well, it pretty much started killing a lot of people, and eventually brought the end of the world. All of them were of course brought to the oasis by an unknown force, later revealed to be Yuzu, in an attempt to potentially save the world. And Yuki also died. She died from ash poisoning and was brought back to kind of be a spy for whatever was working against them. And so yeah, that's pretty much the plot of the game. It does have a happy ending. From what I got from the ending, it seems like it's implied that they were able to reverse everything, and that Al might be in the world now, as at some point in the game, it does get revealed that Al might be it gets revealed that Al is from a different reality, or something like that, which is definitely shocking the first time through, but a interesting twist. So that's pretty much just the story for Second Light. So, what are my thoughts on the story, the characters, and the game's DLC? Well, my thoughts on the characters, I enjoy all the characters. The dynamic between all of them was interesting, and there's some really cool areas in the game. In the game, you explore areas called Heartscapes, which consists of all of the memories. All characters in this game have one, and they tell an interesting story. Like, for example, Uda's Heartscape is, of course, mainly consisting of, memories she had of, pain or just other stuff like that. And a lot of her story is kind of realizing that, she kind of wasn't a good person before she lost her memories. Well, Kokoro's Heartscape is about the childhood memories she had of Shiho, or her half sister's Heartscape is kind of about how they lost their mom and how Mio basically became a parent to her sister. So, in other words, the game is actually kind of depressing at some moments, and I would kind of give a trigger warning to those who do want to play this. Now, for those who are looking for a love story, this game does have you covered, but in another way. At some point in the game, it gets revealed that two characters, Rina and Yuki, kind of had feelings for each other, and after Chapter 8, the two actually started a relationship, which was definitely not expected, but pretty cool. They handled a lesbian relationship pretty well, and I gotta give the game props for that. It made the relationship feel like an actual one, and they don't kind of act like it is a perfect relationship. The couple do have issues, and as a friend to them, you kind of gotta help them sort through some of these issues, which adds a nice little touch because, in my opinion, it kind of feels that LGBT relationships are often romanticized as not having issues, when in reality, we all have issues when it comes to relationships. I really did enjoy the characters. For the most part, I don't really have any complaints about any of the characters, and personally, I would love to see them return in the third one. The story is also pretty good. The story is honestly really heartbreaking, and it has definitely made me shed a tear more than once. But in the end, it was a really enjoyable story, and I definitely would love to give this game a third playthrough. I also want to touch on the hardscapes again. I really do love the hardscapes. They added a lot of interesting things with them, and at some parts it kind of feels like the game is telling a story with just the scenes, just with the scenery, which is interesting. And it is one of the things I enjoyed about the game, is that it doesn't directly tell you everything you need to know, but instead kind of lets you seek this out if you want to learn more about these characters. The game also did have DLC. Again, like the first one, it had unlockable costumes, which are interesting, but aren't really needed to enjoy the game. There's also two other DLCs, a Atelier Ryza hardscape, and the Southern Island map. The Southern Island map is interesting, and is my favorite out of the DLC, and the Atelier Ryza hardscape isn't bad. It is a neat little crossover, and some good fan service for those who enjoy the Atelier games, but I honestly could not get into that series, so, I am missing some of the potential for those. But, all in all, Second Light is a wonderful game. For those who are interested in it, the game is on PC, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch. I definitely would recommend getting this one if you are interested in RPGs, or if you're interested in Magical Girl stuff. Like, the game does have a lot of uniqueness when it comes to it, and personally is probably one of my favorite games that I've ever got to play. But this was my review of Blue Reflection. I do recommend both these games, and I personally hope that they continue the series, as there's a lot of potential for future installments. But as with always, thank you all for watching, and of course, I'll be back next time with a new video. So, goodbye.